Welcome, listeners, to episode 33 of the Last Checkpoint Podcast, a show for gamers, by gamers. We're a conversational podcast discussing and debating about anything and everything video game related. I'm your host, Chris Dallas, and always joining me on the cast are two of my closest friends and fellow co-hosts. Across from me, at the other end of the table, is Ryan Raimundo. What's going on, Ryan?
Not much, Chris. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Fresh off of the Disneyland California Adventure boat.
Hey.
Oh, my goodness.
My other friend, who wasn't there.
Oh, I was going to say, wait, did you bring your Switch with you?
No, because I couldn't find the portable charger. Anyway, the one talking here to my right,
Yes,
Patrick Romero. What's going on, Patrick?
Hey. You know what it is? It's your boy. It's me. P-A-T.
Patented. No, I didn't bring my Switch with me.
Yeah.
Because, one, I couldn't find my charger. But two,
oh my gosh.
I had a game to play, guys. I had a game to play on the mobile.
Okay.
And that is Fortnite on the iOS.
Okay.
Invite only right now.
Where's my invite? I didn't get an invite. Okay.
You have to request it. And then once you get the code or the email back, which it only took like a day, you download the game and then click I was invited.
Whose name do I have to drop to get that invite?
Maybe mine.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe
do you know Chris Dallas? Question mark?
Yeah.
He said...
I make things up.
I make things up.
Full names here.
But yeah, so Fortnite on the mobile, it's one of those things where every time a game that big comes out on the mobile platform, I'm always amazed at how they can fit everything, because they fit everything.
Oh, okay.
This is a game designed to play cross-platform with console players and PC players. They didn't skimp on anything, and you can do everything. It's just a matter of the mobile control limitations, right? It's the classic.
So the building mechanics and jump pads and all that, you can do everything.
Everything's in there because it's designed for you to play against people on PC and PS4. Although you'll be at a clear disadvantage because the aiming's kind of crazy. It's as good as you can get your thumb moving around, your both thumbs moving around, and then switching by clicking certain buttons on the right. But
is it a virtual toggle? Is that what you're working with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're playing kind of like a controller where your thumbs are on a horizontal phone, right? Obviously. And then just above your right thumb are like the switch button to switch from weapons. Is it the switch button? Anyway, there's a tap where you can switch from weapons to building materials.
Yeah.
And then you tap either the buildings that you need to build or the weapons on the bottom, and then it'll switch to that.
Ooh, okay.
And then you can tap for jump and do these other things. So you could do everything pretty much.
Right.
Keep hitting the mic. You could do everything that you could do on console and PC, and it's pretty fun. It's just, you can kind of tell when you're up against people on mobile because they're just as bad as you aiming, or maybe they're just that bad. Yeah. And then you can tell if you're playing against people on PC or console because they're building hella fast and you just can't keep up.
Right.
But it's awesome. I like it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. I would recommend trying it out because it's free. It's free just like it is on console and PC. Not that we're sponsored. You guys don't have to download it if you want to. But it's free, and if you play it on mobile, just like with PC and PS4, one of my favorite things about Fortnite is your experiences accumulated across all platforms. So like if you just like playing it on PS4, then one day go to PC, none of your progress or skins are lost. You get all of it there. And same with mobile. So
has anyone done it quite as big with this cross-platforming?
I don't know, man. It's like
it's unprecedented.
Epic is putting all their games into this basket, right? I mean, we talked last week, or the last time we casted, that they're shutting down Paragon because they want to focus all on Fortnite. And it seems like it's paying off.
Yeah. Seems like a smart move.
Yeah. So I recommend it. I think it's cool.
Is it true? Well, I don't know, I read this somewhere that within 3 days of its release, they've amassed $1.5 million in in-game content.
Yeah. And by request, invite. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just download this and play it. You got to request and then wait for them to send you the stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, that's how popular this thing is. And I'm sure people are very curious, right? Like, there's already a bunch of people playing this on PC and console. And I'm just like me, I'm sure a bunch of people are curious, how's this thing play on mobile? And it's super impressive.
So is it safe to say they are now the king of battle royales?
Oh, yeah.
Have they taken the throne?
I think so.
Sure.
I think PUBG is quickly dying.
Dying?
Oh, yeah. Definitely dying.
Yikes.
That's Fortnite Mobile is what I'm playing I want to move into kind of our main topics here. More this month, we're casting in March here. This month there was a big Nintendo Direct with news that we'll get into here shortly. But something that didn't show up in the Nintendo Direct was something that we've been waiting for, a new Pokemon game for the console, for the Switch.
Yes.
So Patrick has done something. We've created a wish list, or Patrick has created a wish list of what he wants on a Nintendo Switch Pokemon game.
Yeah.
For the next Nintendo Direct, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let them know, right? Like, feel free, Nintendo.
Reps, you listening? We got something for you. I'll let Trick handle it.
So yeah, I hope this top 5 thing. This is like a new segment that I'm trying out.
Okay.
I'm hoping it catches on. So. Hey.
Oh, wow. So we can clip this out and then make it its own. Oh, gotcha.
Name pending for this top 5 list. But right now, we're going to do a top 5 on trick list or tricks picks.
Trickle in.
Tricks picks. You know what I mean?
Tricks picks. I like that.
We're going to do a top 5 on what we want in the Pokemon Switch, because so far it's just rumors and speculations, right?
Yeah.
We haven't gotten any concrete information on the game, which is fine, except for that it's going to be
coming.
It's coming, this year. Crazy. That's what I hear.
All right. Inside sources.
Late 2018. You heard it here.
Tricks.
So with that said, let's get into our top 5 of what I want in the Pokemon Switch.
All right.
Number 1, I would not want this to be a port of Sun and Moon. And by that I mean not the yellow equivalent to to Sun and Moon's like red and blue.
Okay.
Right? Because we already got Ultra Sun, we already got Ultra Moon on the 3DS. I felt like that was the sequel that it deserved. And you know, by going a different route outside of being a port, they could capitalize on still utilizing the first generation of Pokemon. It worked for Pokemon Go. Veterans love the first generation. I feel like veterans like you, especially, you still favor like the first gen over all the other gens, right? Yeah. So they could go that route, or they could just make a brand new 8th generation, because I feel like more Pokemon's always better. And we love the reskins, right? The cosplay Pokemon.
Okay.
Of the Alola region.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my first pick is just not for it to be a port. What do you think? Not much can be said, right? Because
I mean, it's such a good starting point. You know what I mean? No, I have some words. So I think the rumor is that this thing is going to be called Pokemon Star, right? Yeah. So signifying that this is going to be some sort of branch off of Sun and Moon.
Right.
Now, if this is what we want in the Pokemon Switch, I would not mind it going to the next generation, because the rumor is they're working on the next generation of starters anyway. I think they're always working on the next generation.
Well, the rumor was they were working on this while Sun and Moon was being made, right? So they were working on it. What's the word? Simultaneously. Yeah. So it makes sense, right? If it was a port.
It would definitely make sense. It's an easy win, right? I mean, we talk about this all the time. Like, just put your Nintendo games on the Switch. Like, don't mess around anymore. Like, just put it on the Switch.
Yeah.
And that would be an easy win just to port over. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
Yeah. It would still be an insta buy.
Yeah, but that's just me. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I guess you too, I suppose, since this is your list. But let's see. First generation Pokemon, I don't need them.
What?
I don't need them. Like,
you don't want.
I want them in the game, obviously.
Sure.
Please put them in the game. But like,
you don't want a visually upgraded Misty or Brock.
Well, we've gotten those. We've gotten those from time to time. Like, that hasn't been uncommon.
Right.
Nor has the inclusion of the first generation. But I feel like we've seen the first generation a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But we've seen the second generation. I think second most, but we haven't seen like third or fourth. There's like a giant gap between the second and what is this now, the 8th or something, or the 9th generation.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of Pokemon just like missing and neglected, and I sometimes even forget like.
You're talking about the rubies and sapphires?
Well, no, they came out again, right? I mean, that came out a second version of that.
Right.
But I mean, there's so many starters forgotten that I don't know if just going back to the first again, which they already have before, is the right move, right? But I mean, that's a good starting point. I have nothing bad to say about that.
Yeah, I agree. But I think this caters to us particularly because we, I guess, we're exposed to the first generation of Pokemon. Obviously, Pokemon is an aged franchise and have gone through many generations. So I'm not sure if this is fact, but I'm sure with the second and third and fourth generations, they have their own kids that grew up in those generations, and therefore they prefer those.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I mean. And I think it's just that bias where, of course, we would want to see the original. I would want to see the original 150 worked on, and I know I'm right there with you. But would it be part of the successful model? Would it appeal to the masses? And that's the question. I wish it would. I mean,
right?
Yeah, my vote.
I mean, I'm just saying anything but a port of Sun Moon.
Sure.
Right.
The inevitable port.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. One can only hope and dream.
Do you think that it's going to be a port because they're kind of dipping their toes in the water with the Switch?
Like all signs point to it. Even the president of what is it? Pokemon. What are they?
Pokemon Company.
Pokemon Company. Okay. Yeah, they even said they weren't even 100% all in on the Switch.
Oh yeah.
They wanted to see first how well it did in sales, and now they're just jumping in on the train.
They're really late.
Yeah. Like this should have been out on release.
This should have been out. Easiest win of my life.
That's what I'm saying. But we're in agreement. So, like, regardless of what comes out, it's an instant purchase.
I'm super curious about the second one. Your second point here.
Yeah.
Kind of goes hand
in hand. Here we go. All right, guys. Number 2. Number 2.
Oh my gosh.
What I want in the new Pokemon Switch game is a new, fresh-looking UI.
Yeah.
Right? So keep in mind, we've been using the same split screen like battle system since the first generation. You know, you get your 2 Pokemon up top, and you get your options in the bottom. Usually like 4 different boxes for 4 different attacks. What I want them to do, given that now they have access to an 8-inch screen, whether it's handheld on the 8-inch screen or docked in the television, you have way more room to do literally whatever you want.
But you had 2 screens on the DS and 3DS.
No, I mean,
what are you talking about?
No. I'm talking about like you have one dedicated 8-inch screen now.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You had the split screen. It worked with the DS because it was split screen. But now that you have more real estate to work with, I kind of want them to borrow elements from like older turn-based games like Final Fantasy or Persona. Okay. Like Persona 5, the way they do there. Something like that.
Where like the menu is like embedded in the fight.
Right. Just like an overlay of your fight.
Sure.
I think and given that the Switch is touchscreen, I feel like there's a lot of possibilities there. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys like the old tried and true method, or do you guys want to see something new too?
I mean, don't break it. You know what I mean?
Really?
I was kidding. Oh. No, I really like you touched home with me with the Persona thing because that makes sense. Right. I mean, like you know how I picture Stadium, Pokemon Stadium, where the camera is like panning around the Pokemon, and like the trainer, and then as it waits for you to choose, and then I mean that's kind of how Persona is, right? The camera pans around and then makes you choose, from the menu on screen.
Right.
I think that's a cool idea. Now that is like kind of going towards the idea that Pokemon, the gameplay itself is going to be more 3D, right? As opposed to top down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of what do they call it? 2.5D right now.
Yeah.
Right? Which is still 2D. Let's not
like a sky view of a 2D.
Yeah, sky view, right? But just like
tilted. Yeah.
But I mean, this is kind of pointing to the direction of like a 3D Pokemon, which is like, I think something we all want, right?
Right. A Breath of the Wild of Pokemon. You know
let's not get carried away. Let's not get carried away.
Hopes are too high?
That's way too high. That's way too high. Or is it? I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think, Ryan?
I think that obviously the Pokemon is such a successful franchise, and it is so because they just don't tamper too much with what they have.
Right.
I think that's the reason why. That's the appeal of it.
Yeah.
We all won't hesitate to buy it once it comes out on Switch, even if it is just like the old UI, because of that, and because we're comfortable with it, and because it's worked so well. I don't see them touching it, at least this company. So if a whole nother company, which I highly doubt, but if a whole nother company were to just take on the franchise, I could totally see them doing that, and I could totally see them switching it up. I'm also with you on this. I feel like part of what makes Pokemon so special is that it kind of, you get caught up in the universe, right?
Course,
like you when you watch shows and you play the card game and you play the video game, like you imagine yourself in this universe. And I think, well, when we're talking UIs, we're not just talking about menu, right? We're just talking about everything.
Generally everything.
There's so much potential for it to be such a more immersive experience, especially when it comes to the combat, right? I don't know, when you said Persona, I'm just thinking this whole like sequence where you're in combat, and like it brings you into the perspective of the trainer right next to your Pokemon, and you're telling your Pokemon what to do. Like there's just so much potential for that, and the Switch is so powerful, I mean, for what it is, that I mean there's so much room, right, for changes, but I think I'm fine either way.
Oh man, take risks, Nintendo. Take risks.
I have some words on the next one.
Okay. Oh, all right, guys, here we go. Number three.
Where's the echo?
Three. All right, guys. So number 3, what I want in the new Nintendo Pokemon Switch is for the game to utilize the Joy-Cons.
Ugh.
No, what? Okay. So here's my take, right? Like Mario did it with the throwing the hat.
Yeah, they did it.
Right. Even something small like that, right? I'm not saying like make it a, what's the word?
Mandatory? Or what?
Like a, oh, you can crop this out. God, what is it?
Okay.
Make it a gimmick?
Don't make it a gimmick?
Yeah, don't make it yeah. Okay, so I'm not saying make it a gimmick, right? Because I don't want the entire game to revolve around having these Joy-Cons, but just like a small fun element. I was thinking maybe like the way we throw Pokeballs in Pokemon Go. Yeah. Maybe like twirl the Joy-Con around and then cast it like a rod. But you know what I mean? Something fun like that could potentially, I was thinking maybe increase or decrease the success rate of catching the Pokemon. Hold on. The way Pokemon Go does it, where you spin it.
I hate that.
That's not even a thing.
Don't increase the rate with the Joy-Con.
Yeah. Give me no. I don't want to press one button. You know what I mean?
I don't want to press any button.
Challenge me.
Oh, good. Okay.
So go. Give me your take.
The Mario Odyssey comparison, I really is a good comparison because I really don't like what they did in Mario Odyssey. Like, I enjoy the controls that you could do with the, and Ryan can attest to this because he has it, but I like the controls with the Joy-Con where you can do certain things, but they give you so many more options with the Joy-Cons standalone than they did as a controller. Like, you could do a lot of things with the Joy-Cons and all the motion controls that they didn't include in the controller form. So I don't want Pokemon to make you play it with Joy-Cons. I need whatever they do with the Joy-Cons or motion controls, I need that to be optional.
Right.
And I need that to be like for the children. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm picturing.
Okay.
A couple generations back, if you're not following Pokemon, they added beauty contests, right? The ability, and recently they've added the ability to like groom your pet. So using it as a brush, or like feeding him Pokemon food or whatever.
Sure.
Or like, I like the fishing idea.
Yeah, fishing. Yeah.
Like toss it like a rod. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want the motion controls to change the percentage of catch rate or anything. Don't do that.
Okay.
Because that's like, what am I doing?
I'm flicking the Joy-Con around.
All right. If we can get a video capture of what Patrick is doing, you won't want to do this either. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's room in this world for, fun little things with Joy-Cons, but don't make it like mandatory.
But don't you feel like they haven't utilized the Joy-Cons very much in most of their games?
Yeah, but there's reason for that. I mean, it's not great.
It wasn't. So it was just an added bonus. It wasn't like the reason to buy a Switch.
It definitely wasn't the reason to buy a Switch. What was that game where how many ice cubes are?
Oh yeah.
No, let's.
my favorite top 5 Switch games. What about you?
I really like the Ice Cube game.
There we go.
Dang it!
That's what I'm saying. What do you think? Do you think they should keep it the way it is, or?
I have always been a firm supporter, not supporter, but I've always had the belief. I personally believe that the Joy-Con motion functionality was supplementary. I think to just a plain Jane controller. Like I agree with Chris. I don't think that there shouldn't be any shortage of experience if you chose just using a regular controller over a Joy-Con. That said, I don't know how you would be able to incorporate the motion functionalities of the Joy-Con without having some kind of extra edge or whatever, like you said, increasing the catch rate.
I can make every Pokeball a Master Ball.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's awful.
To play in that world.
But
oh man,
I don't know. I think just enable it just so you can do
make it optional.
like an overhand, but it would just be throwing a Pokeball. It wouldn't be anything else. It would just be the motion of it, so you can experience.
You talked about being immersed. Like imagine, get a video camera on this, right? Imagine your hand moving.
Oh my goodness! Well, everyone's swinging his hand right now.
I take it back. I take it all back.
Okay, so there is one thing that I think would be cool with this, or another thing.
Okay.
In the latest generation of Pokemon, there are these things called Z moves. So they're in Hawaii, and they're in the Pokemon equivalent of Hawaii.
Yeah.
And so you guys know Hawaii is very dance oriented, hula oriented, and pose freezing.
Yeah.
And so they have these things called Z moves. Some Pokemon have it. Sometimes it's just a generic Z move.
Okay.
And you have to. Your trainer and the Pokemon get in sync and do like the same arm and feet movements. So Pikachu's is crossing his arms up, down, and both trainer and Pokemon are doing it. So if I have the Joy-Cons, I want to do it.
You're turning my idea into a gimmick. Oh my gosh!
There you go,
Nintendo.
That's what I want.
It's not what I want.
Well, you're asking
it's okay. Am I asking for it? All right, Nintendo, give us the Z moves. I guess that's the consensus.
Give me the Z moves.
All right, number 4 is, so it's been confirmed that transferring Pokemon from older generations will be done through the Pokemon Bank app that you can download through the Switch, right? Switch store. My only concern is Nintendo is switching over to a paid internet service or paid online service.
Online gaming service, yeah.
Yeah, so my only concern is Nintendo is switching over to a paid online gaming service, what was originally free. And for those that really are only playing Pokemon, do I have to pay that monthly fee just to be able to transfer Pokemon? I don't want to. I would like the bank app to be a free service. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, the free service. So right now it's a steal. If everyone's not caught up in Pokemon right now, the bank service is a flat fee of $5 and you get it forever, right? And you could put all the Pokemon in any Pokemon game that you play in there and then pull them out whenever, and it's unlimited. It's a steal because you're essentially getting an unlimited space in the Pokemon cloud for $5, right? And it should stay that way. I mean, I think they had this in mind for both young and old players, right? Kids probably can only scrounge up $5 to put their Pokemon away.
Right.
Let alone they already bought the games. That's like $40, $30, right?
Yeah.
Now, if your question is, does this need to be part of the online Pokemon service or the online Nintendo game service?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I hope it's not, because that doesn't really make sense, right? It's a separate entity. It's not really playing a game online. It's like, it's just storage, right? But that being said, I don't know how it's going to work because right now there's some great online and trading systems in Pokemon games that is completely free on the 3DS, right? You just need Wi-Fi or connect to the internet.
Right.
And on the Switch, I don't know if the Pokemon Company is going to persist in that freeness of everything, or if they're going to piggyback off the service, which I hope they don't. So,
but you also have to consider, potentially, like outside of the app, they want to focus on. I'm sure they want to focus on multiplayer.
Yeah, but that's
aspects.
Been free for years on the 3DS. That's
free on the 3DS, but when it's on the Switch, you're not even considering the fact that it might be part of that paid service.
No, I'm saying I hope it's not.
Yeah.
It could very well be. Yeah. I mean, it would be a cash grab if they did, right? Because this has always been free. And there's a reason for that. Like I said, kids don't have the same amount of money as we have or older generations have. And it's been a blessing for them to play someone across the world or someone across from each other for free.
Right.
But paid gaming services, what a robbery.
100%. Steal my money. What do you think, Ryan?
I'm having trouble understanding what the app is. When you say app, so like I download the app and then I can transfer my Pokemon.
So you, on the 3DS, right? You do that right as of right now. You, if you have any of the older generation games on your 3DS, you download the app and you can transfer Pokemon to the bank app. So it's basically like holding all of your Pokemon.
Yeah. So you remember in Pokemon games you only have one save.
Right.
So if you want to start a new game, you'd lose everything. But in this case, you can store the Pokemon that you like into the bank and then pull them out as if you're pulling them out of your computer when you start a new game or start a new game somewhere else. Because the games have gotten big enough where you can get all of the Pokemon. Like all the sprites are in there and everything. So
right.
Okay.
So the way,
but you don't need. I mean, with 3DS as it exists today, you don't need an internet connection to utilize everything on the app, right?
the bank app?
You do.
You do.
Oh, you do.
Yeah,
you do.
it's like you're storing your Pokemon in the cloud.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's like an iCloud.
Okay, because the first thing I thought about was the Destiny app, which you can access on your phone. I know I'm comparing this to Destiny, but
right.
you're able to access everything that's in your vault, like all your equipment, through the app, and it was super useful. Like it was actually more useful than the vault in game.
Yeah.
To just switch things out between characters. Yeah. It's sounding a lot like that, and I can definitely get on board with that. And of course, I'm always on board with free versus paid. But that said, yeah, you're right. They are switching over to a paid online service. So
switching to the Switch.
Hey,
here we go.
Wow.
But we'd all still pay for it, which is the sad part, right?
What, and it was it?
It becomes a paid service.
$15 a month. 10.
Oh, I hope it's not 15. 10, right? 10's the average across all platforms.
I don't remember what they said.
Better not be 15.
Yeah,
there's going to be problems. Nintendo. We'll have a talk.
What if? Like the Destiny app, you can download it on your phone.
Sure. Oh yeah, where it catalogs all of your Pokemon.
And you
That'd be pretty dope.
You can do whatever transferring and saving you want through the convenience of your phone.
My only concern is everything revolves around the Switch, right? And the Switch is switching over to the paid service, which scares me, but it's inevitable. Inevitable. All right. Number 5.
Five.
The last thing I want in the new Pokemon Switch game
is don't touch it.
Don't touch what I love the most about the game. And that is keeping it a turn-based system. A turn-based battle system. I don't want it to follow the likes of Final Fantasy VII, where they're like, hey, Final Fantasy 15 turned their command-based into an action-based game. We can do that with 7 too. I understand that it's on a better platform. I understand that we're kind of evolving, I guess. But even like old gamers, new gamers, it's worked. It's the one thing that's tried and true, I feel like, and it's the one thing that's not broken. So don't try and fix it. The first thing I think of is like a Pokken tournament, right? Where easily some Pokemon game down the line, I see a dedicated Pokemon game being like a Pokken tournament, where every battle is sort of played that way. But just for this version, I'd like to keep it the same. What do you guys think?
I'm super biased because I'm turn-based till I die. For RPGs,
but you're also a fighter, right? You're also
on your tombstone.
Oh yeah, it's already pre-ordered on my pre-engraved.
But it's interesting because you're also like a fighting game enthusiast at heart, right?
Yeah.
So if it became like a Tekken style Pokken tournament type of game,
no,
would you be against it?
Yes, because there's Pokken Tournament and then there's Pokemon. Like they exist they exist as two different games for a reason. But I want to say that first of all, obviously I support this point, but I also want to say that I don't think they would ever shy away from it, and the reason why is because the Pokemon universe and Pokemon combat as it exists in the universe is turn by turn. So they if by changing that, they'd be changing the the very nature of Pokemon, and I don't think they would. I don't think they'd ever touch that.
Final Fantasy up till 13 was turn based.
Oh, Final Fantasy! Don't even get me started. On
I mean, I feel like they have the same roots. So you don't see Pokemon ever moving over to the action based gameplay.
I don't think they do, and that's because Pokemon has been very traditional in the sense of how they create their games, and Final Fantasy has always been break it and keep breaking it until it's broken until I don't want to play anymore Final Fantasy.
I have never agreed with Ryan more in my entire life.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
No, honestly, the difference between Pokemon and Final Fantasy really is that in every facet of Pokemon, it's about turn-based, right? There's no reason to move away from it, and everyone would just riot because everything about Pokemon is turn-based, right? Yeah. So you take the game, for example, the first thing that comes out, and it's turn-based. It doesn't shy away from it all the way up till now. It hasn't shied away from it. But you're talking about like side games like Pokken Tournament and other stuff like Coliseum and stuff like those. Those are different, but not the main game, right? Not the main Pokemon line, which has stayed true. And then you have stuff like the card game, which is turn-based, right?
You're right.
And that's what Pokemon is all about, just turn-based. Go is turn-based, right? You get your turn to throw the Pokeball and whatever. But like, it's just like, it's so heavily ingrained in everything that Pokemon is.
The culture.
Yeah.
Of Pokemon,
and like a big part of it too is if anyone out there watches, the mainstream competitions, Pokemon esports, like it's all about strategy, right? And thinking about what your next move is, trying to guess what the next guy is doing, and just like it's like a game of chess, right? It's not reactionary muscle memory like a fighting game,
right?
You're using a different muscle, you're using your mind, right? Trying to play mind games, trying to guess what the next guy's move is alongside your move. And I think they can never turn away from that because that's like really at what the heart of Pokemon is.
So I have nothing to worry about.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, the only thing that's a little different is in the show, sometimes like they can go off key. Like, why is my Bulbasaur just standing there? Right? Because you're a new trainer. But like, I mean, it's never gone that way. And Pokemon's been around for more than 10 years now. So yeah. I mean, I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Okay. Well, I think I am. Was it 3-2?
What? Oh, there's a score?
I don't know. I like the Joy-Con idea.
Okay. Oh my god.
I love the Joy-Con idea. That's just me. Well, okay, guys. That's my top 5. Pokemon didn't announce any Nintendo didn't announce any Pokemon Switch news, but you heard it all here first.
Yeah.
These are all happening.
The next Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Look for all 5 of these to be addressed. Either they're in it or they're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They heard it first here. You know what I mean? Not just you. They heard it here.
Right. That's pretty good. So let's go into the main topic today, which that was the segue from, which is the Nintendo Direct that played this month. We're recording here in March. And some exciting news came out. So we're going to obviously work up to the biggest news, which you guys probably already know is Smash Brothers has been
spoiler
announced. They know. If they listen to this cast, they know. But let's work up to it, right? So some of the smaller news items, Hyrule Warriors is coming to the Switch. It was kind of stuck on 3DS. And that was kind of the early theme of this conference is things that were stuck on the 3DS and the Wii U are now coming to the Switch. Let's see, South Park is coming to the Switch.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick, your
favorite. Fractured but whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. It's like my heart was fractured when it wasn't released.
Okay. That's how we're going to start the cast. Captain Toad, which was one of my favorites, stuck on the Wii U. Sold like 1.5 copies.
You're gonna have to sell me on that game.
No, it's amazing. Okay, it's gonna come on the Switch.
Sure.
It's gonna be amazing. People will love it. I'm just glad people are gonna get to play it. Because no one played on the Wii U.
Was that because of the Wii U sales or because you tell me?
It doesn't help. It doesn't help when the Wii U only sold like 10 million. And then no one wants to play as Toad, right? So like a fraction of the 10 million played Captain Toad. Come on, get some light.
Is it going to be $59.99 or $39.99?
$39.99 is the right price.
He's like the 6th best Mario character.
Here's the thing.
Triggered.
Here's the thing.
Triggered for sure.
I knock $20 off.
Yeah.
Because he can't jump.
That game doesn't involve the simplest mechanic?
It's a puzzle game where you can't jump.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to climb stairs. You know what I mean?
God.
We can't all be like Mario. A couple more exciting announcements. Dark Souls, a favorite of Ryan's, is coming with an amiibo to the Switch.
Whoa, an amiibo?
Yeah.
That's
the Praise the Sun guy. He's like this. Yep. Okami is coming to the Switch, which I love.
Yeah.
But it's come out on every system, even PC.
Sure.
So it's hard to be excited.
Wait, is it a port or is it a
it'll be
re-release?
A port of the remaster or whatever. Sure. Nothing new about it, I don't think. Do any of those excite you guys? Do you guys want to address any of those?
I mean, Captain Toad is on the radar now, right? It wasn't
Captain
on the radar.
Toad should be the middle blip of your radar, just like boop,
yikes.
boop. Toad, by the way, is one of the best cart characters.
Tell me all about it.
In the history of cart.
He is my go-to. He's my Yoshi and then Toad.
Then why are you hating? He just wants to explore now.
Yikes!
I mean, he's tired of racing.
He jumps in Mario Kart. I don't understand why.
The cart jumps.
The cart jumps.
It jumps and drifts. He doesn't do anything.
Oh my gosh! No, I'm more excited for what's coming. Are you excited for any?
I'm excited for Octopath Traveler.
Yes.
Very much so. I think the only announcements that they made were regarding 2 of the classes that'll be available as part of the game.
Okay.
It's small news, but I'm excited for it. It looks great.
Yeah. That game definitely does look amazing. And I like how it's coming to the Switch. Like I feel like JRPGs, especially old sprite-based JRPGs, can really find a home on the Switch.
Yeah.
With some of the older generation players on there, and then some of the new players that have never seen games like that.
Some of the best RPGs were played on my Game Boy Advance, Game Boy back in the day. Yeah.
Agreed. So there's also a couple of 3DS games announced. I don't know why they're doing this. Just put it on my Switch, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So WarioWare Gold, which I think could be great.
Yeah.
Better on the Switch, though. Mario and Luigi, a new Mario and Luigi game.
Better on the Switch.
Yeah. 100 times better on the Switch.
Yeah.
Mario's Mansion remake, which is cool that it's coming on the 3DS.
Okay.
But I feel like this is an inevitable port to the Switch.
Better on the Switch.
And
so it's a money grab.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And then, well, speaking of money grab, Detective Pikachu, like on the 3DS with an amiibo.
There you go.
I might have to get this game.
And the amiibo.
Fun fact.
What?
This is also going to be a movie.
Oh, yeah. I saw the trailer.
The U.S. voice
Yikes.
is Ryan Reynolds.
You're lying.
Perfect.
100% true. Anyway.
Here we go.
3DS games.
Deadpool is playing Pikachu?
Yeah. I think it's perfect.
Oh, my gosh.
Switch had a couple of other announcements, too. These are the 2 big ones besides Smash Brothers. Splatoon 2, which is a game it's very close to my heart, is getting some DLC. That's going to be a new adventure where you play as a new character race called the Octolings that we've known about for a long time, but you've only been able to play as the Squid Kids. Now you can play as an Octoling after you beat this DLC. So that's cool. I like how they're still shaking that up. Like
it's an adventure?
It's an adventure, and then once you beat the adventure, you unlock them to play
PvE?
Yeah, well, it's always had PvE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just not highlighted because PvP is the real seller for that game.
Yeah.
And then something I think all 3 of us are excited for, Mario Tennis Aces.
There we go.
Mario Tennis is always good. Like
even on the Virtual Boy.
Okay.
I played it at Blockbuster. That's the only game I played. I look in, I'm like, what's playing? Mario Tennis?
Can't tell. It's all blurry. The Virtual Boy is garbage.
But that game was its saving grace.
Oh my goodness.
Mario Tennis.
No. Mario Tennis wasn't good until the 64.
Sure, you're right.
Yeah. But then it was good until that. I mean,
you get
after that.
I saw the trailer. You get Rosalina. Is that her name?
Oh, do you?
Yeah, she's floating.
Rosalina. They need to find a way to put her back in the mainstream. You know what I mean? I know she's up in the galaxy somewhere.
Yeah.
World's already saved. Galaxy's already saved.
I feel like, isn't the galaxy part of the Odyssey? Like, wouldn't she have made a cameo?
I mean, you're preaching to the choir. Like, where is she? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What are we doing?
She's playing tennis now.
Good. At least she's staying active. Her and Luna.
Keeping her body good.
Yeah. Anyway, so the big announcement, obviously, coming at the end of that direct, was the announcement for the inevitable Smash Brothers to the Switch. Now, they showed some minor spoilers in there where the Splatoon kids, the boy and the girl, are going to be playable characters on the Switch, which is exciting for me because I love those guys.
Yeah.
And then also they showed a shadow of Link's Breath of the Wild skin, which I know Ryan's very excited about. I'm very excited about because he just looks great in Breath of the Wild, and I'm excited that he's going to look like that on the Switch version. Now they didn't announce a lot more than that. I think the Shadow cast is all of like the basic cast that we've already known that was on Smash for Wii U. I want to pick these guys' brains because I think we can get creative with this.
Sure.
What is our wish list? Pending. Okay, let's assume that all of Smash 4 DLC is making it. Ryu's making it. Bayonetta's making it. Cloud's making it.
Wow. That's not that. I feel like that.
I think they're gonna make it.
You think so?
I think so. They have to. They can't take out Ryu. That'd be such a disservice.
But Metal Gear, they took a.
But that was not a port. Like that was
sure.
This isn't. For me. Okay, maybe this is where we can start our discussion.
Yeah.
For me, this isn't Smash 5. This is Smash 4.5.
So you're saying this is the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe of Smash Brothers?
I think so.
Aww.
Because they can't. That game wasn't touched enough for them to justify 5. I think they need to show the world that they got Ryu and Cloud in their game.
And
the Mega Man
show?
and Pac-Man. You know what I mean? And Sonic. This is the first time all of those players are in the same game, let alone fighting each other. Right. I think it's amazing, and the world needs to be more exposed to this. Right. I don't think it had enough time. And I think the only way to expand now is to just add more characters on top of the DLC. But maybe you guys have more opinions on that.
Yeah, that was actually the first question I was going to ask is, do you think this will be a port? And you're breaking my heart right now.
It has to be.
100%.
Okay. Because if it's not, think of all the characters we lose. We lose so many.
But think about all the ones we gain.
No. Who do we gain? Who's more iconic than Ryu, Cloud, and Mega Man?
Man.
Like who? I don't know.
The way I see it, 75% of the characters that were introduced in the teaser, which were the two Inklings, a faceless creepy Mario, and the new Link, are brand new to the game. So that gives me some hope. I guess maybe I'm just dreaming, but I really hope it's not a port. And the reason why is because I feel like Switch being a brand new platform should get a brand new Smash. Like Smash has never been ported over to the next system, and I hope they don't do the same here. And but yeah, I'm really hoping it's not.
Smash has also never been on a failing system.
Ooh.
So this is
the Wii U.
All new territory. No, that's what I'm saying. He said Smash has never been ported. I'm saying Smash has never been on a failing system.
Oh yeah, right.
So was there a second question? Oh, wish list? Oh wait. Wish list. Do you wanna go before we get into our wish list?
Well, I'll touch on the port, right?
Yeah.
Because
4.5.
4.5. Man, no, it does hurt me. It hurts me too, right? Sure. But it's not to say that you're wrong. I think you are actually right. I hear a lot of people are speculating, saying that it's coming out end of this year, which seems really soon.
They announced
it. They announced it. Right. So that gives me more. That leads me more in that direction where they don't have time to make a brand new entire game in that time frame. So it would make more sense to keep the characters, keep the stages, maybe add a few more, maybe add a mode, because that's what Mario Kart did.
Yeah.
Because they brought back the balloon mode, and then add a few more DLC characters. And I'd still buy it. Like I'm a blind consumer of anything with Smash Brothers on it, right? But it does hurt.
But what I would want, even though I strongly think this is going to be a 4.5, what is an easy win for them is a story mode.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just the clean cut, why are they fighting each other? And then coming together in the end to defeat the boss.
Do you want Master Hand to come back?
I mean, I don't mind it. Master Hand with Master Feet.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know.
Wait, there was a story though. The story was every toy was in a toy box, and then the hands would...
Stop.
That's the greatest story ever told.
No, it was not. No, it was not. I just want a little story. It's so easy. Tiny cutscenes with assets they already have. Sorry, I interrupted.
No. I like that. You want a full-fledged, like, crossover, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's some justification, right?
Sure.
Like, of why they're all meeting again.
Why is there this grand tournament of fighters in the Nintendo world?
Dragon Ball, Smash Brothers.
Okay, so we're talking
let's go to our wish list.
Are we
what we want?
Are we talking about, can I reach for the stars?
I feel like already Cloud was a reach, right?
Yeah,
because Cloud is never a Nintendo character. Like he wasn't on any he wasn't his main game wasn't on Nintendo. right? I mean, Ryu, you could argue Street Fighter was a Super Nintendo staple.
Sure.
But where was Cloud? Like on a Game Boy game or like a DS game? Cloud was a reach, I think.
Cloud was a reach for sure.
Yeah. And then Solid Snake was a reach on the GameCube.
Solid Snake was a reach, yeah.
So I think you can reach as far as you can reach with those.
I mean, if you were a big name like Square Enix and Capcom, wouldn't you want to hop on this train too?
I think they have been, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, keep that train running.
Okay. What is that?
But like... Okay,
Who's
so
on the train?
let's see. Let me tell you who the train is right now. Okay, I'll tell you right now. The Splatoon announcement, the Splatoon character announcement, gives me a confidence that an ARMS character is going to be available.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because that's their only other IP, right? That's been introduced.
It's got to be Ribbon Girl.
Oh yeah.
Or
maybe Ribbon Girl.
Who's the guy? Springman. Yeah,
Springman.
You can keep him out.
Cappy might be involved, like the way Mario was using his
using
his little water sunshine move. It'll be a move, I think, in his move set with Cappy. Reaches, right? This is I actually thought I was thinking about this because you posed that question earlier today. There was 2 games that I played on Game Boy Advance, and I believe they were Nintendo IPs, or they worked really closely with Nintendo. That was Golden Sun. And Advance Wars. Give me a character from either war, and I will be the happiest man in the entire world.
Golden Sun would be cool.
Golden Sun. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they like leave some Fire Emblem characters out. Give me a Golden Sun.
I was gonna say. So I think Advance Wars. I think you have a better shot.
Yeah.
Golden Sun. I feel like if they were gonna put the Golden Sun character, in there, they would have by now and not put 10 million Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think that one's a bit of a reach.
Let me reach.
But I like the Advance Wars one because the idea of like a guy in a tank being in the game and like a zoning character, that'd be cool. Yeah, I like that. And more tactics based, like how that game was.
Yeah, you can leave the Koopa Juniors out this end. Yeah, I don't need. You like Koopa Jr.?
Yeah, the Bowser Juniors?
Yeah.
Those guys are awesome.
Oh my gosh.
It was necessary, in my opinion. Just as necessary.
The center blip on the radar?
As Toad is going to be with his introduction to the fray.
Wait, you think?
Captain Toad.
You think?
With no jump.
Do you think? Don't. Oh, the other one, Okami. Give me Amaretsu. I feel like that's a good sign. Yeah. That they're porting that game over, that might lead to that game.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
That wolf thing.
Yeah.
Wolf thing. No, I agree. That was actually on my list. Amaterasu.
Oh,
really? It makes sense. It does
make sense.
And the potential for I'm gonna call her Amy, being in the game and what she does in Okami and with the brushstrokes and like all this other crazy stuff. There's like it fits. It works. Mm-hmm. They seem to have a pretty solid relationship with Capcom. Mm-hmm. I think there's definitely going to be... I think Monster Hunter might make its way into the game.
Dreams.
Somehow.
That'd be dope.
Somehow they're going to.
Can I just piggyback off that real quick?
Of course.
This is what's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Okay.
Monster Hunter won't ship with the game. Mm-hmm. But Monster Hunter will be an announced DLC during a direct.
You heard it here.
At the same time, Monster Hunter World to the Switch.
Oh,
that's what's going to happen. We're going to be like, by the way.
Back to back.
By the way.
Yeah.
Here's the Monster Hunter. On Smash Brothers. On Smash 4.5. Anyway, that's guaranteed because Ryan said it.
Yeah, absolutely. What else was I thinking?
You want another Street Fighter character in the fray?
No, I don't. Ryu's too iconic to
Akuma?
top.
No.
I mean, obviously, I would love for all Street Fighter characters to just join the cast, every single one, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's see, like bold or realistic? I
went bold.
Oh, you know,
both.
A little bit of both. Okay. Realistic.
Dream a little.
Rainbow sprinkles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think Crash Bandicoot is gonna make his way in?
That was one of my picks.
Oh,
let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because it was also announced in this direct that the Insane Trilogy, the original Crash 1 through 3, is coming to the Switch. Mm-hmm. So that means an original PlayStation mascot, PlayStation game is now coming to the Switch. Mm-hmm. That means you can make it anywhere in the Nintendoverse. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised. And it would also signify some sort of, which this Crash announcement already does, it signifies like a friendship or a mending of sorts with Nintendo and Sony.
Yeah.
Now that they might be okay with each other, so maybe we can see characters from each other's universes in them. So I would agree with that 100%.
What is it? The Solaire of Astora, or the Praise the Sun? Praise the Sun Knight.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think he would be a great addition to Smash. I think someone like a realistic type character, but I think make him goofy too, though. I think that'd be great. I guess my boldest prediction, boldest and most realistic prediction.
Yeah.
Goku. Given the success of Dragon Ball Fighter Z, it's almost a certainty for him to make it.
Yikes!
Goku in Smash.
In Smash.
What are his B abilities? So obviously, static B is fireball or
a key blast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Static B. What's the rest of it?
You gotta factor in transformations. You gotta go.
Wow.
1, 2, and 3, and blue, and rose, and.
So is there a power up move? Is that what you're?
Those are the power up moves right there.
Up to?
And then every time you power up, you have a new set of or more empowered abilities.
Wow.
And if you get like worked in a combo, you like go down one or something.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, just get knocked out of it.
Wow.
Will Senzu beans be part of the items?
Ooh.
It'll be the new heart. You know what I mean?
Full health.
Full health.
Just Krillin pops up.
No, you gain a stock.
Oh, okay.
You gain
a stock. What kind of new mechanic is this?
But no, Dragon Ball Fighter Z has been like incredibly successful. They're coming out with a movie for Dragon Ball Super. I think it works. It just works. If he's not going to make it in the cast, he's at least going to be considered for DLC. So.
Yeah. That's bold.
That's
bold.
Bold. You know what's bolder?
What's bolder?
Rock. Batman?
Rock?
Wait, I mean, this might not even be bolder. Kingdom Hearts. Sora
has deserved a spot for years.
Yeah.
And I don't understand the reluctance of putting Sora in, because he's made for Smash.
Yeah.
He has transformations. Mm-hmm. He has adjustments to his kit.
His in-game moveset, right?
Magic, Like he's an obvious Smash candidate, but I don't understand.
The question is, do I get to use Goofy or Donald as one of my attacks?
Oh my gosh. They'll only show up during your what's it called?
Introduction?
No, Ultimate Smash, whatever that's called. Final Smash.
Final Smash.
They'll show up in the Final Smash.
It's Smash Ball.
Sora, alternate skin, King Mickey. Please.
Gimme.
Thank you.
Gimme.
And thank you.
You're talking about the hooded Mickey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me that. And then I want a new amiibo too.
Once
amiibo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once the Marvel or Disney universes start leaking into this, it'll be game over.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be fair.
What if it's Marvel versus Capcom versus Smash Brothers?
Oh man, that's too adult
much.
Versus cartoon.
Yeah.
All right, so actually, you guys have taken a lot of my picks, which is cool because that just means this is going to happen.
We're on the right track. Yeah. We called it
obvious picks.
Yeah.
Captain Toad.
Oh my god.
Obvious pick.
Oh my god.
You can't
What's
jump.
his moveset?
You can't jump though.
You can't
jump.
What's his moveset?
He can explore.
That's not a thing.
Right? B to explore.
Okay.
He can change the environment.
Could he? Is that part of the game?
Well, part of the game is you move the map around to see the ways he can go.
Yeah. His ultimate smash is that
I don't know.
He can change the angle of the camera.
His final smash is he turns the flashlight on his helmet. And, that's it. He'd be so underpowered. Actually, I'd appreciate Captain Toad joke character because that'd be amazing.
You said joke character?
Yeah, joke character.
I can get behind
that. I think an obvious one, seriousness, is the inclusion of another Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing character.
Okay.
Because that mobile game has been so successful for them.
Yep.
And what's his name? The villager he's a good representation, but not enough. They have so many weird amiibo characters for those. Like, just add one of those weird animal characters and we're good. Yeah. Let's see. The Crash one's really good because 3 games coming out, and then I think there's an amiibo, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. Anyway, if there's an amiibo, that's guaranteed.
Guaranteed, yeah.
That he's making it in. Okami is really good, or Ami is really good. Mm-hmm. There's some obvious ones that I'm missing. The Dark Souls one I had too. That one's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I missed it completely. Well, it's not obvious, but I missed some potential characters, and that's the champions in the Breath of the Wild. Like any one of them can
Any
make
one
it.
of them. Oh,
Mifa. Mifa is my
add
personal
all four,
request.
you know what I mean?
Add all four.
If they're not adding all four, they're not adding any of them. And I'll be very disappointed.
All or nothing.
Yeah.
What about the rabbits in Mario Odyssey?
Rabbits, I don't want them. They're ugly.
No?
I mean, that's a great game, but they're
Yeah.
ugly.
They're ugly?
Keep them out. Okay, one that I think is guaranteed, honestly, is Shovel Knight.
Because winner.
They put so much stock into Shovel Knight, Nintendo has, and they made an amiibo for him.
Yeah.
And all the DLC is on Switch now. It's like, I think that's pretty obvious that he shows up. The team behind Shovel Knight has been doing nothing but amazing things with that IP.
Right.
That he has to make it in.
There was we forgot to mention that Nintendo released news about their indie gaming.
Oh yeah.
Would you be surprised if one of their more popular indie games, one of those
I
characters?
wouldn't be surprised if Game & Watch came back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe like
What about one of their
Donkey Kong?
2-bit Donkey Kong? Paper Mario?
Paper Mario. Oh, Paper Mario is good. I mean, that's not old, but
It's not old.
it's not bad. Paper
needed.
Mario's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the champions. The champions are the best pick, I think.
All four of them. So ridiculous.
You can't add one and ignore the three, or they can do it Ninja Turtle style and have it as a skin swap with slightly different movesets
Okay.
for each of them.
Okay.
All right, guys, that was our cast. As always, you guys, if you enjoyed what you heard, have any opinions on Trick's top 5?
Yeah. Hey, if any of your top list or top
any of your top lists that you make on your spare time,
that you make on your spare time didn't make it on my top list, let me know so I can tell you that you're wrong.
yeah,
Because my
There you
top
go.
list is better.
Also, let us know your picks for Smash Brothers. I think we're missing some obvious ones. Obviously, our crowd will let us know. But if you guys want to reach out to us, you can hit us up at our website. Sure.
Yeah. TheLastCheckpoint.com.
Reach out to us there. We have all our handles there. You can find past podcasts there, links to our YouTube and our Twitter. So check us out there. And one more plug.
Or plug it.
One more plug.
Plug it up.
Personal plug.
There it is.
I am now on Twitch. If any of you guys were following me on YouTube and you guys are listening to the podcast, I know there's a couple of you out there. Thank you so much for listening. But if you haven't followed over from YouTube to Twitch, I am on Twitch, twitch.tv/BlastoiseKnight. Night with the K, as in shouting night. So follow me there.
Poggers.
We got affiliate. I'm very excited about that.
Easy clap.
Easy clap. Easy clap. And I think us here at the table are going to collab on different things for the Twitch site now that we're affiliate, and like an emote, stuff like that.
Craigasm.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Peace.